Something happened to your bike?
I do have my bike. Yeah, I just got it back. Yes.
Tell the truth, yeah.
What
I
happened?
did. They just brought it to my house.
Is it in your
finally.
garage?
I just changed everything.
I just want to know.
Garage. I'm giving
Is
it
it
to
in my
Ryan.
garage?
I'm actually giving it to Ryan.
You should.
Should.
I know, but that's not a joke. We've talked about
You actually should.
Far away.
9 inches, 8/6. Oh wait. Nobody asked the question.
Boxes or boxer
Fully
briefs?
soft. Fully soft. Yeah, it's the tip of the ice
I
cream.
thought that was the first question. Yeah.
Boxers or boxer briefs? Then, if you don't know.
Boxer briefs.
Briefs for me.
It's a mystery.
Well, at
Actually,
least you didn't
He
say
doesn't
commando.
know.
actually, I'm commando. I'll tell you
Okay,
that.
all right, really. Hold on.
God, I'm disgusted. Yeah. Just a thin layer of dungaree between me and this man.
So Ryan, you don't sign autographs on babies on
No, yeah. I leave the baby signing to me.
Yeah.
No, I won't
You
sign.
got to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah. Draw the line. I don't sign babies. I sign anything else, any other body part. I won't sign a baby.
Not a forearm. He's big on the forearm. No wrists.
What do you guys want to
going?
see for your characters? Like, where do you hope to go? I mean, you're with Clay, but there's a question now this season. You've been with Jackson. There's a question like, where do you guys want to see your characters go?
Want to see them go?
Yeah.
That's the big mystery of Kurt Sutter, isn't it? I mean, we really,
Hawaii.
Yeah. Saskatoon. Watch a rider again. No, we don't know. I mean, we're privy to a few things that Kurt sees happening in the future of this series, but that's always part of the big fun part of playing these guys. We really aren't sure where we're going, but it's pretty epic year so far. It's very dramatic this year.
It's like, Kurt has such a vision for the show. He knows these characters inside and out, like literally. So there's nothing you're going to say. Like, what we do is we try to just facilitate his what he has in his head in these characters. So where we want to see them go, we have ideas, of where we think they're going to go, and you know what the greatest thing is? It always changes, and that's what keeps everybody constantly bringing their A game and constantly doing their, the best they can on this show, because just like you guys and just like the fans, we're constantly surprised. And like I just said over there, I mean, every script this season reads like a finale, and the reason it does is because we're in season 5 now. We're starting to see kind of how this is all going to play
We're on the
out.
other side of the mountain now. Those first 4 seasons were obviously a big hit now, and now it's time to wrap this puppy up. As Theo and Ryan said, we're not going to be doing this forever, so Kurt has to wrap this up, and it's going to be explosive entirely.
It really is, and I think it's also, it's like if you're going to pull people in for 5 years, the viewers are going to have a lot invested in what's going on, and the show consistently delivers on that promise of, if you tune into our show, we're going to blow your fucking mind.
Right.
Is that we're going to rip your heart out, we're going to make you, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be gory, and he's really good at that. And I think that for the following, this season and the seasons that follow it, the ante is up real high, and I think, the show is going to consistently deliver on that.
all your characters went through so much individually, so allow us to get in their mind right now where you're in the season. Because you had the suicide thing, then you had your wife, your dad, and then you had your daughter, and then the whole thing with Caitlin Pope's daughter. So tell us a little bit in what was going on in your character's mind in season 5.
If you could picture a pinball machine with pain and suffering, and a couple of comedians in there, and then pure lunacy all over it, that would probably be what's going on.
I play that game. I play that game.
He's played that pinball game. That would probably
We're all
be
standing in line playing that game this year.
Yeah.
No, look, I mean, at the end of last season, Tig does something wrong again. He fucks up again. He kills the wrong girl again. He shoots first. He asks questions later. With good purpose, but always seeming to fuck up somehow. He's off the leash this year. He's completely off the leash. There's no more loyalties to Clay. Clay lied through his teeth to him last year, so that's kind of on its way. We don't know where it's going. Charlie's the new president. I'm not the sergeant at arms anymore, so I'm just Tig's on an island with the Brotherhood, still the Brotherhood, but it's gnarly this year. So
That's what I've always, from on a personal fandom level, what I've loved about watching Tig is that he fucks this stuff up, and that it's so such a counterpoint to his character is that he isn't wild enough. He's very precise in what he does. It's awful, but he's very precise. So when these accidents happen, I love watching him fuck with him, you know, because it's not just like some crazy guy who walks into a place. You know, he's very methodical in his destruction.
Sutter told me, if I may, some of my favorite stuff has been with both these guys. That's flat out the truth. And Sutter told me in season 2, Tig loses his way so bad over the death of Donna. And if you remember, it wasn't in it a lot really in season 2, but he was always doing mushrooms and crying, or dolls, or I had a tattoo. I never even showed him, but I had a tattoo of Donna on my chest with her holding a gun and a rose that actually came from me and Theo talking about this together. So there are those things that we all, as character actors, such great character actors, that bring to these characters. It's fascinating to watch that stuff and play it out. So.
And to jump in on this Tig orgy that we're having here, I mean, the admiration runs in because he says he's so precise, which is so funny because it just clicks so with me. So imagine being that precise in every single thing you're doing as this almost soldier, and then the person that you're following, you realize is kind of like a fraud, a fake, not the person you thought he was. So watching him take that patch off and question him is such a bigger moment than people understand, and I think that's why all this stuff starts happening, because if Tig is questioning you, God, you really did some bad stuff. You know what I mean? Because he's that guy that waits till the final single thing to pull that question out, and that's why I think that stuff is so powerful. So, for Tig, not you.
I got it. I got it.
Where's Opie's friendship with Jax at this stage of the game? Because talking about, relationships changing.
Game night every Wednesday.
Man, that's a great question.
Yeah, I think like any friendship, it's being tried, and it's going to continue to be tried, and I think that's what the basis of any friendship is. Like when you start a friendship with anybody. I remember with these guys, it's like you're not really a friend with somebody until you have your first fucking argument, fight, whatever.
Disagreement, something.
And you let it out, and then you patch it up. You know what I mean? I think that's what friendship's really about. Because if it's not that, then it's just a facade.
And if you don't make up, then it's probably been a facade the whole time. Or if you just kind of blow by and be like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But we've all, and again, and I said this, the reason this show works, pure and simple, the reason this show works is because Kurt Sutter did the most amazing job in this whatever way of putting together these amazing character actors, and it's a team from the beginning to the end, and we all truly love each other. It's been the same since day one. Everybody attacks it with the same intensity. That's due to the writing, the friendship, and the love and admiration we have for
And
each
I know
other.
that these guys have experienced this, but when you're walking on the street or you run into other actors, peers, that watch this show, they go, every single guy is so perfectly cast and girl that they can't even think about someone else playing that character. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that has happened on this show. These guys, and Maggie and Katie, these guys, they're amazing actors, and we all were cast so perfectly. It's been a blessing.
And just like I said last night, I'm not, I won't say anything specific, but just being at these parties the last few days has really shown me that there's a lot of ensemble shows out there, and these people don't even talk to each other when they're out. We go everywhere together. We were in the gym this morning. Him and I spend most of our lives together.
He almost killed me jogging this.
I took him jogging. Like, we're together all the time and that's off season, on season. If we're working, we're talking. And these people literally are on opposite sides of the rooms of each other. And maybe that's why their shows don't work. But, I'm just saying that I think that's why people respond to our show and the familyness of it and really embrace it is because they know this is who we are. We love each other, and I think it really penetrates through the screen to everybody.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of life in your dating art.
Yeah.
Who's the homeless guy?
Who's
the homeless guy? What's going on?
Somebody let a vagrant in.
We gotta rotate.
Thanks, guys very much for everything.